I'm going to do a little test here on this case. This is an Acme case. I traded with a guy. I didn't trade. I bought it from him after he bought a JB case. That's the interior, so you can see there that it's missing a whole bunch of fabric in here. You know, the foam rubber stops about right there. The rest of it is like empty space. You know, about that much empty space in there. When I opened it up, it had a whole bunch of quarters in it. But there's something that I've been wanting to do with this case for a while. So I'm going to try it right now, and we're going to see what happens on here. I'm going to take it and put it on the floor, and I'm going to stomp on it, and hopefully I'm not going to hurt myself like I've done in the past. And we're going to see what happens to it, okay? So I broke it. I heard it break in there. Let's take a look at it and see. So it's definitely broken all along the length right here. We broke it. So now what I want to do is I want to grab one of ours. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to grab in here. I'm going to grab just one of them out of here that is an older case that we took in on warranty or something like that, and we'll try it. And just to be sure about that, it almost looks like it was staged that I pulled this out of here, but this is basically the model that they knocked off. You'll see here is these two are pretty clear, close with the size type of pockets and everything on here. This is also a 4.8, so this is our interior on this case, and I'm not sure why we took it in, but that's an older one interior. There's the 4.8. Just to be clear, here's the 4.8 that they have, the way that they do it. Okay, you can see I think I broke it right there. Yep, it's cracked all the way up to here from that one stomp on there. So now this one, this case here, this case here is one without a removable interior. So the interior on this one is fixed. It's an older one. So you can, oh, I'm wrong. Look at that. It was deeper. How about that? Cool beans. So that's the fabric interior and foam that's in this case. There's the tube. So, ready? We're going to stomp on this one and see if we can break it in the same way. Alright, let me put this back in. This doesn't really matter at this point. That's kind of irrelevant because it's not going to affect whether the case breaks or not. It doesn't help or hurt it. What it does is pad the cues, you know, and cushion them against impact and stuff like that. So, let's see what happens here. Ready? All right. That didn't sound good. Let's see what happens. You feel it broken anywhere? Open this up and see. So it's hard to tell. I can't feel anything broken like I can feel in the other one. But let's take a look at it on the inside and see what we got. Okay, I need a flashlight. I'm gonna leave that right there for a second, then I'm gonna see what we did, okay? I'll bring this camera over here so we can get closer. You guys can see inside of that. Okay, well, let me get a flashlight and then we'll see what we got going on there. I had a flashlight here somewhere. Alright, so here we got a flashlight. Let's take a look and see what we see. So I don't see any crack in here. I don't know if you guys can see anything. But I don't see anywhere in there that the tube has actually broken in there. So it's stressed out a little bit, but I think what you guys were hearing there, I think what we were hearing was the sound of the D-rings hitting the floor there, because the tube itself is intact right here. So it's not broken. Now, this one, the knockoff case, is broken. So it's broken right here. If you guys can see that. You can't see it probably, but it's broken right there. It is noticeably broken right here. I'll try to get, there you go, see it? See it right in there? So it's noticeably broken right there. And yeah, it's about to go, right? Can you hear it? I could probably break this, like just shatter the whole thing without much extra effort. So, you know, they list this case here, this Acme case. They list this for $225 or something like that on their website, and then they cross that out, and then they have $185. It's basically 20% off. Oh, by the way, since I got it here, we might as well go ahead and twist off the zipper. I always like to do that. So that's how easy it is to break these things. But basically the deal is here is that you're getting from us pure PVC. What I say when I say that, I mean you're getting unadulterated resin when we build these cases. That's our interior right there. If I took the bottom out here, actually, Karen, can you bring me our interior right there, please? The white one, right there, right there. This is our interior. I mean, this is our tube that we use. You guys can see what that looks like right there. So when I say that we use unadulterated PVC resin, that means that there's no recycled bits in there. There's no air bubbles. There's nothing in there. All the plastic is going to melt at the same rate as it comes through the extruder, and it's going to cool and form at the same rate, rather than being a bunch of recycled bits that are all thrown into the hopper and you don't know what you got. You know, you could have super strong plastic for a little part of the case, and then you could have super weak plastic on another part of the case. And that's one way that they make these knockoff cases, and a lot of cases that's how they make them cheaper, because they can use lower cost raw materials, and those raw materials, you know, are recycled from whatever. Which I'm not against recycling, right? But I'm against building something with any material that compromises the integrity of the product. So for us, Q protection is our number one goal, right? Our number one goal is not to get your money. Our number one goal is, time is it? All right, gotta get going. Gotta go get the kids. Our number one goal is to protect your Qs. So, I mean, obviously we're happy if we get your money for that, but the main thing there is that your Qs are protected. Now, I learned this the hard way. You know, I used to make black tubes the same as everybody else. I didn't know enough about plastics and things like that to know when I was getting screwed. So I had spec'd out exactly what we make now as what I want, right? I want tubes that you can jump on, you know, that can be thrown around and are not going to break. They're not going to be brittle. They're not going to be brittle in cold weather. And that's what I thought I got, because we were, when the extruder delivered the tubes to me, the samples, they were perfect. You know, they held up. They did everything I wanted them to do. Then I went to a show with the tubes that we had received. You know, we made cases and we went to a show, and I was showing one of my good friends, one of my colleagues in this business. I was saying, check this out. Look at this case. Look how strong it is. And I was squeezing it and showing her, and it goes, crack. was like a gunshot. Everybody in the booth turned around. They snapped their heads around like, what's going on? And the tube just straight up cracked right down the middle, just from this pressure right here. And so obviously it was quite embarrassing. So I went back to the manufacturer and I said, hey, why did this happen? And that's when they explained to me, that if we use these types of raw materials with recycled materials, then you can get streaks in there, you can get weak spots, you can, all kinds of issues that can happen to weaken the tube. So we decided to pay for the more expensive pure resin when we make our tubes. So I can't speak to what everybody else makes, whether or not they are using pure resin or not, but I can do the stomp test just like I just did, and that tells me a lot. And I've done the same test with my own cues. At shows, I have jumped on my case multiple times and not hurt my cues. I'm not recommending that you do that, okay? I'm not saying that you should go do that. So do not try this at home, okay? All I'm saying is that that's my specifications for building it, and the tubes that we make, they do hold up to that. But I'm not telling you that to do it, okay? I'm just saying that if it happens, you're likely to come out with a good outcome based on what we make, all right? And that's it. So I just wanted to do that little test on the Acme case. Truth be told, I've really just wanted to stomp on one for quite a while. So there you go. Bye.